Hello everyone, this is Isha for Pinkfresh Studio. Today I'm going to share a baby card with you and we are going to stretch our supplies in a fun way. I'm also using a press plate for foiling, so let's get crafty. For this project, I'm working with the Happy Hummingbirds foil plate, coordinating dies, and the coordinating stencils. This is the set of 4 stencils. The sentiment hello comes from the Butterflies in Bloom stamp set. To add a bit of texture to the background, I'm using the stitched basket weave coverplate die. I have also used the nested ovals double stitch stand-alone die, and for the word baby, I'm using the Jody lowercase alpha dies. The ink colors I'm using are Metropolis, Key Lime, Peony, Waterfall, Fresh Pear, Lemon Whip, Detail Black, Warm Buff, Grassy Knoll, and Marigold. All the supplies are listed in the description box below, so be sure to check them out. I'm starting with foiling by placing the press plate onto a white card panel. Measure and cut the foil using scissors. Here I'm using the stunning Aura foil. Then using the hinge method, place the foil pretty side towards the press plate. Trim the excess foil. My Glimmer machine is ready, so I assemble the foil sandwich and once the green light stops blinking, run it through the die cutting machine. And now the big reveal. My favorite part, that iridescent rainbow shine, absolutely breathtaking every single time. For adding color to the word baby, I place the negative die cut piece onto my grip mat to keep everything steady. I am adding beautiful peony ink to the letter B. Always tap the ink onto the side to avoid harsh lines. For the letter A, I am using lemon whip ink and marigold ink. For the second B, I am using fresh pear ink. And finally, for the letter Y, I am using waterfall ink. These shades of inks look so pretty together. Here I use the stitched basket weave coverplate die to emboss the cardstock. And wow, I love the texture and embossed effect. An added bonus, look at how pretty it looks from the other side when I flip the cardstock. We would emboss it exactly the same way as we emboss using dies. I'm going to add color using lemon whip ink with 1-inch blending brush. Seriously, these brushes are magical. Now I'm adding a bit of peony ink. This gives a pretty and soft peachy glow. I die cut an oval frame using the nested oval double stitched dies. I'm going to add color by ink blending waterfall ink to the oval die cut. Here I felt the frame was looking a bit bigger and was covering the background too much. So I decided to cut a smaller frame. I am nesting 3 dies and to align them, I'm using my magnetic paper. Add washi tape to secure them and run it through the die cutting machine. The smaller frame works perfectly, so I'm going to use this for my card. Now for one of my favorite parts, stenciling, where the magic happens. These stencils make coloring effortless and fun. I focus on the left floral cluster as I'm going to use that. Using stencil number 1, I'm using fresh pear ink as the base color for the leaves with the 1/2-inch blending brush. And then I'm adding depth with grassy knoll towards the base of the leaves. For stencil number 2, I'm masking the areas I don't want to color using post-it paper. Add peony ink and keep the color most concentrated towards the center. I start at the center and let it fade away towards the petal tips. Tap the excess ink to the side. Moving on to the hummingbird, I'm starting with waterfall ink for the next stencil to add color to the bird's head. I'm using the same waterfall ink for the tail and feathers. Add a soft blending of warm buff to the belly of the bird. Marigold ink adds a beautiful pop to the floral centers and to the hanging flowers. I'm keeping an uneven inking to get variation in color with a single shade. On the stencil number 4, to the second wing of the bird, I'm adding waterfall ink. I'm coloring the beak and the flower center in Metropolis ink. I then die cut the image using the coordinating dies. I'm removing the extra bits with the help of dual tip pokey tool, and then we will fussy cut our image using fine tip scissors. Notice that I have not colored the entire image. You will see me add color a bit later. It is quite easy to do this. Here I need a floral twig, so put it down onto the grip mat. Use the stencil for the particular image and ink blend. I'm using a 1/4 inch brush to add the depth as this is a small area. At this point, I felt that I am missing depth in the alphabets, so I placed the negative die cut back onto the grip mat. I'm using grassy knoll ink towards the base of the letter B. Here, this looks much better to me. What do you think? In the similar way, I'll be adding marigold, waterfall, and peony ink colors. Sometimes these small changes make a big difference to the finished project. I die cut the letters one more time using white cardstock. I'm stacking them using liquid adhesive. This gives the die cut some extra strength and stability. Once all the letters are ready, I'm going to adhere the matte layer to the white card base. Next, I adhere the oval frame to the inked panel and place the stamping block on top to ensure even adhesion. I will add 3D foam tape to all my elements and images at this stage to get some dimension. Next, I attach the oval frame to the card base. Then, using my stamp positioner, I stamp the sentiment in black ink, stamping twice for a crisp impression. Finally, I assemble the card by arranging all the elements. Once I'm happy with the placement, I remove the foam tape backing and adhere everything down. Off screen, I also added iridescent dewdrops, which you will see in the card photos. They are my favorite embellishments. The result, a card with beautiful texture, dimension, foiling, and soft colors. Perfect for a baby themed design. That wraps up today's project. I hope you enjoyed the process as much as I did. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on new crafty inspiration. Here are the two cards I created for the blog hop using the full stamp set as intended. And today we took a fresh take to stretch this gorgeous stamp. Thanks again for joining me. Until next time, bye bye.